Okay, something odd just really happened. One, my nose is red, like angry red. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer red. So shout out to Rudolph. That could be a sign for you. I just did a reading and I thought it was going to be more of a love reading. I remember thinking in the middle of it, I was like, whoa, I thought this was going to be a love reading. And I started it off with, there's like this like conflicting energy. And I think I was getting my wires crossed with the different energies that I was reading, right? Like one was more individual and this is the more like relational love reading. Because as soon as that was done, the energy that I was picking up on for the love reading came back, which I feel like ties into this. One, getting your wires crossed. I feel like that's probably a huge thing within this connection. Kind of like things weren't exactly what you seemed. It was just miscommunication. I hate to boil everything down to just being miscommunication, but that seemed to be like the biggest thing, like the downfall, right? The biggest factor in that. But also what I'm hearing is I Don't Dance from High School Musical. Is it High School Musical 1 or 2? Oh yeah. Hey, better, swing. That's High School Musical 2. Anyway, the repeat, the sequel, right? So a sequel to your love story. Hopefully it is, I'm not gonna finish that. They tell me I shouldn't say that. Anyway, I have a sense of what this is about, but let's get your energy and then let's get their energy and see what happened in this connection. Divine Spirit, current energy of the collective, please and thank you. I'm seeing the pinks in the sky. You know what that also just reminded me of? Lately in love readings, period, there is a song that I hear. I think it's Chris Young, You. No one gets me like you when you kiss me. Girl, you rock me harder than some downtown band. So I feel like overall, I feel like overall, they're like the masculine collective is sort of, because there's no specific collective that I attribute it to. It feels like just general what's going on with the masculines. It feels like some of them are starting to come online, starting to understand like what you mean to them, like how integral you are to their lives, or at least how integral they want you to be in their lives. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, and it's almost like willfully blind, willfully ignorant to that. We can't blame them for that, which is crazy because I said that I was getting your energy, but tapping into their energy right now, switching. I'm all over the place, and just roll with it. You're gonna have a decision to make. Judgment and the World here. You're going to have a decision to make on whether or not you're closing out this cycle. Well, let's see what cycle it is that Spirit is trying to get you to close out. Spirit, what's this cycle, please and thank you for the collective. And I feel like with this one, I probably am gonna hop back and forth between your energies. As I say hop back and forth, the Knight of Wands on its side, like, can't make up your mind on how it is that you want to go about things. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. It's almost like an unwillingness to bend. And in bending, it's like bending to love, bending to releasing the pain that was here and letting that drive you, instead of being motivated by the passion that you feel, that both of you feel. And that's like that's the judgment call that's happening. That's the little evaluation that's happening here. And that's the cycle that you're supposed to be closing out. Also, never ending story. That card from my Wisdom of the Oracle deck is popping in my head, which talks a lot about self-criticism. So I feel like also the judgment here in closing cycles is judging yourself here. Which is so funny because I just went back and watched readings of my own from November 4th and November 6th, which talked a lot about one channel message from Persephone. So Persephone could be significant here, but also softening in love and letting yourself be who it is that you actually are. And so with Never Ending Story popping up in my head and seeing like them being cowered there, it's like someone, like you also don't want to forgive yourself for how you are in love, maybe how you feel about this person, maybe what led to this heartbreak. It doesn't feel like you were the culprit, right? And not even necessarily that they did anything wrong. Well, we'll tap into it, like we'll see. More so that, you know, sometimes things just end for one reason or another, which is so funny because again, that came up in a personal reading. I thought I had to burp. I did. Excuse me. It was like understanding that the universe is it's a wide interconnected web that makes decisions, things play out for far greater reasons than we are able to comprehend, and that we're not meant to. That in some cases we're just meant to put our trust in that. And it seems like this is sort of what was happening here, right? I mean, sure, you both probably did things, but it feels more just like circumstance. If you were highly critical of yourself, you would be highly critical of this person as well. That's no way to build a lasting foundation. And it's you deciding how it is that you're going to move forward, just in life in general, but that obviously affects love. And this heartbreak here isn't alluding to me just like this current relationship. It's like how you've shown up in relationships, period. And so much like heartache and grief over that. And so it's like, and my stomach just grumbled at that, I swear to God. And so it's like getting over that, releasing that which you cannot change, that which you have no control over, right? Like, why are we living in the past here? And why are we letting the past guide our actions, making us hot-headed, impulsive, temperamental is what I'm also getting here. Like these are like this is how you're moving through the world right now. And it's like it's time for you to look at that and to see, okay, are we gonna continue this, or are we gonna close the cycle? Are we gonna let this go? Is this gonna end? Are we done with this? Are we tired of our own BS or not? Sorry. That's just like what I'm getting here. Let's see, anything else more on your energy? Okay. I didn't try to do that, but whatever. Hierophant, what is it you believe? What is it you're working towards? What is it you are standing up for? Stand for something or you fall for anything. And being so wrapped up in the past doesn't allow you to have any sort of firm foundation and be rooted in the present, rooted in your present beliefs. Those belief systems are based off of past hurt, and that is what's been guiding you forward. I just did a reading about that yesterday, and so it feels like go watch that if you feel so inclined. But it's just like deciding, really making that decision, like what do you value? What do you believe? How are you deciding to move throughout the world now? Right? Like you are your own priest, your own pope. You only have to answer to yourself. You don't have to answer to anyone else, you know, than spirit. But like spirit just wants you to do you. Spirit wants you to, you know, exercise your free will, right? And I don't think a good choice of your free will is to be letting your criticism, this never-ending story of how things are, I don't think that is a good use of your free will. And I would say that is a lot, that's heavy energy. I love you, but that's also incredibly negative energy. That's draining. You would be, I love you so much. I'm saying this with so much care. You would be such like a soul-sucking person And I hate to say it that way, but I feel like sometimes we need a wake up call, right? If that's not our intention and we're not aware of it, it's understanding that we have the capacity to do that. And you definitely don't want to do that to anyone, but let alone the person that you're in love with, right? So that's what I'm getting on your end. That's what you're working on your end when it comes to this. That's how you're so unwilling to bend. It's like there's this new way of doing things. There's this new way of believing, this new way of taking action, existing, seeing yourself here with the judgment, moving forward, like being, you know, all of that. But you're just like, I don't dance. I play baseball. I want to play ball. That's all. This is what I do. There ain't no dance that you can show me. You know, it's like you'll never know. But you're like, I know. But seriously though, like it's like you truly will never know until you make that decision. And only you can make that decision. Only you and you alone can make that decision. That's what you're dealing with here. So let's see, what is the energy, current energy of the person in the collective heart space? Current energy of the person in the collective heart space, please and thank you. Oh, burdened, heavy. Am I getting like racked with grief? Maybe not. Hold on. Actually, kind of like racked with grief. You know, I just started hearing heavy, heavy. You guys are heavy with me from Dreamgirls. Hey. We got Ten of Wands, string, hangman. That strength is fighting on for dear life, but like in the middle between the Ten of Wands and the hangman, it's like trying to let this go, trying to let these burdens go, trying to take on this new perspective, trying to be strong, trying to soften themselves, trying to tame the beast within and not let their wildest parts like come out. And we're gonna see if that's working or not. So they can come in. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. What are these burdens that need to be released? This perspective that needs to change. Please and thank you, Divine Spirit. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Death and Reverse, Death and Rebirth reversed. As in the perspective that needs to change and the wands, the burdens that they're holding on to. I mean, honestly, reinventing themselves, being able to reinvent themselves, being able to see themselves differently. Literally, as I say that, the Tower, Six of Wands, what's that? Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. It's like that's possible. But to get through this Tower. Ooh. Yeah, that's heavy energy. That's heavy energy. Not being able to see yourself in a different light, right? I mean, it's very much stuck in like this Eight of Swords energy. And I will say, I hate hearing this myself, but as the Divine Feminine, you are closer to the spiritual realm. You are able to, like, you know, telepathically send them energy. We can telepathically send just about anyone energy, but, you know, as counterparts, you can, like, your counterpart definitely feels your energy, even if they're not always, like, consciously aware that that's your energy that they're feeling. Like, they still pick it up through your connection. So if you're so hard on yourself, unwilling to change, unwilling to look past certain things within yourself and within this connection and within your past connections, what makes you think that your person will be able to see things any differently? And before you say, I don't care about that, you're a liar. Love you down, you're a liar. That just is what it is. So it's like with both of you, there's some stuff that needs to crumble. Some towers that need to happen, that need to take place. Tell me more about this death and rebirth reverse. Yeah, literally, Page of Wands just came out. Nine of Wands. Ooh, this person is dealing just, this is Page of Wands, Nine of Wands, Eight of Wands. Literally, it's like persevering, doubling down, taking on a new identity, right? New way of, new energy, new way of looking at things, finding your creative spark again. Again, also here with the Ace of Wands. That's what's going to move you forward. That's what's going to propel you forward. But it's like they're stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck. Why are they stuck, Spirit? I was about to say why are they stuck, Spirit. Five of Swords, bottom of the deck here. Because they feel your energy. Because this is mental chaos. Because they want to come forward. Knight of Cups here. They want to come forward, but it feels like it kind of feels like they feel like they're not ready, right? Like Page of Cups here, the Hermit. It feels like not gender specific. However, it does feel like they still see themselves as like this little boy, this little kid, right? Age gap could be significant. Maybe you're older. They want to come and bring you this love offer and you know, love on you and come into union with you. But it's almost like they just feel too naive, too immature, as if there's more soul searching that they need to do, more growth that they need to have. And it's like that feels impossible already, because it's so hard for them to even imagine them being able to do different, be different, show up differently, you know, like see themselves in a different light. And it's really messing with their head. It's really messing with their like emotional state, their confidence. Because it's like if you can't see them differently, how are they going to be able to see themselves differently? And no, not everything is completely dependent on you, but you do know that, like, you know that when you're in a relationship with someone, especially as counterparts, they fuel you. They make you want to grow. They make you want to be a better person, not for them, for yourself. It's the way that they see you that helps you see yourself better, helps you, like, you know, want to become a better person. It's like when people are like, being loved by you made me love me better. That person's love didn't make you worthy of love, but just, you know, just, I don't know, like that extra like that magnitude of the person, that extra force, that oomph, you know, of your counterpart. It's like it gave you that spark, that strength that you needed, right? Like that spark plug. And without you there, they're having to find that on their own, but they can't. But also because you can't. You guys are mirrors. I mean, that's just what happens with divine. It's like, you guys are mirrors. So, I mean, if you're struggling, you got to expect that they're struggling as well. That's just tea. But let's see. So that's what you guys are working on right now. Let's see what led to the dissolution of this relationship. And then we'll get quickly like what's coming moving forward. Should you both get a handle on, you know, Divine Feminine at the bottom here. Spirit, can you show me this connection, please? What's happened in this connection? You wouldn't believe it. So that's confusion. Emotional storm. Oh, I thought that was Divine Masculine, which is okay, interesting. Confusion, emotional storm, beauty, foundation, past life. I feel like this is a case of Emotional storm, beauty, foundation. I feel like this is a case of one, codependence for sure, and it creating this huge like emotional turmoil between the two of you. A foundation that was never solid to begin with. But I also feel like with beauty here and then foundation, and confusion being the first thing, it's almost like this connection, not that it wasn't genuine, but a huge thing that caused this emotional storm is that this was based off of appearances. This was based off aesthetic in the beginning. Like, you were with this person and they're with you because of how you look together, status, what it said about you to be with someone, seen with someone of their caliber that look like them, what have you. And more so like an energy, we have past life at the bottom of the deck here. More so what I'm getting is that's a thing for you both. Because never ending story, right? Like criticism, because you're so critical of yourself, because you're so hard on yourself, because you don't really see yourself, you sort of got your value through being linked with this person. And that's a huge karmic pattern for you, having to break free from that. And that's why you're having to stand on your own now and be able to see yourself in a different light. See that you are your own spark, plug, what have you, whatever. See what else happened in this relationship. I can't believe all of that came out. Literally clouded judgment. I cannot read, y'all. Hello? Okay, we'll just work with this. Illusions, unbalanced, distorted. I mean, yeah, just the way that you saw yourself, and that just affected the total foundations of what you guys were building on. It was clouded, and it caused this huge emotional storm where things were turbulent. There was a lot of turmoil, tumultuous. Give me all the T words and that describe. And because you guys weren't showing up as your actual selves, because you didn't feel comfortable, didn't feel safe, didn't love your actual selves, there was a lot of like obscurity within this relationship. There were a lot of things that were veiled, a lot of parts of yourselves that were veiled, which hints to there was never going to be a stable foundation. One, because this is based off aesthetics, right? Beauty, right? But then also you tie in this clouded judgment of not showing up as who you actually are. So you guys can sense that within each other. And it's just not, it's not clicking. It's not working. And so then you're viewing this sort of relationship. Also, this clouded judgment, what I'm getting with that is like you're viewing it as like your end all be all, right? Like the best thing since sliced bread. Because you don't see yourself, because you're putting them on a pedestal. So then it caused you to excuse a lot of stuff that was going on. Right? This emotional storm, this underlying feeling that this is pretty much just like two hot people who think each other are hot, who have great chemistry with no real foundation. And that's not necessarily to say that you guys don't have a genuine connection. That's not to say that. That's to say that there's no way for you to really know that until you close out these cycles within yourself, like within your individual selves, before you can even potentially come together. You know what I mean here? Give me more. Give me more. Tell me more. I'm interested in this. That was nourish. Literally, yeah. I mean, nourishing yourselves, taking care of yourselves, pouring into yourselves. A huge thing with all my collectives. conflict here. Also, learning how to have healthy conflict, and not everything needs to turn into an emotional storm, an emotional clusterfuck. Like learning how to be at odds with one another, and understanding that that alone is not going to break the foundation of your relationship, right? I started channeling the Bones, Maren Morris. Is it Maren Morris? When the bones are good, with Hosier. That song, right? Yeah, the paint can peel, the glass will shatter. Let it rain, cause you and I will remain the same, right? There ain't a crack in the foundation. It's understanding that like conflict, the house don't fall when the bones are good. Like nothing can shake you when you're nourishing yourselves, when you're rooted in yourselves. Then you're able to show up wholly and fully. And you're not looking to that other person to nourish you, to fill your cup. You're not coming with just an empty cup, like, here, fill my cup, be my end all be all, be everything I ever needed and more. No, you're coming in whole and rooted in yourself. And you're like, here is what I have as overflow. Here's what you have as overflow. Look at what magic we make with our collective overflow. Look at the stable foundations. Look at the grass we're able to water. The river that's able to, I was about to say grow, flourish, whatever. Abandoned at the bottom of the deck here. Could have been abandonment issues on both ends. I mean, if you both are self-critical people, I could see that being, not to armchair diagnose anyone, but I could see that being like a mix of like fearful avoidant, right? Switching from anxious to avoidant, right? You both feeding off of each other. Just a clusterfuck, honestly. Like as one of you are anxious, the other is avoidant. As one of you, as the other becomes avoidant, the other, like anxious, like you're feeding off of that energy, basically just repeatedly triggering each other's inner child over and over and over again. And feeling like there's no choice but to abandon this situation. And constantly running. Like both of you, back and forth, constantly running. Last things on this relationship, please. Because after this, right, like, you were there. You know what happened. But as I say, when the bones are good, the rest doesn't matter. We have memories and apology. So it's like they're seeing this. They're seeing this. Remembering your chemistry. Okay, but hold on. Here's the thing, though. Like with beauty coming out, understanding, and it could be that you both understood that a lot of it was built off of aesthetics at first, but you still have this insane chemistry, and that's something that keeps you tethered to them. And for them, it has to be that like that the memories are overwhelming them. I did say that at the beginning of this, that overall I'm just getting like You by Chris Young, right? Them understanding that it's you that they want. It's you that they want to build with, regardless of all of this, right? Being able to see that you've grown, they've grown, and see through the confusion, the emotional storm, the cloud of judgment, right? Like understanding the basis of the conflict and what attributed to all of that, right? The cracks in the foundation, and now maybe wanting to come in with an apology. Remembering what you mean to them and wanting to come in with an apology because they want their spark back. But I think now they don't need it, or at least that's what's happening, because I mean, they were still kind of struggling with that, with the death and rebirth and reverse. So it's like, if not now, this is the energy that's building. This is what's happening like in December, early 2026 for them. Should they play their cards right? Should they, give in to the wheel? What's the potential outcome with this apology? I'm gonna switch decks here in a second. This is more like secrets and like pain and stuff. As I said, okay. I said, what's the potential outcome with this apology? Lusting? We don't like that. Hold on. Oh, but family. But family. Tell me about this lusting energy. One more. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna choose red is very, very significant here. We've got hoping and running though. Ooh, rejection. Clarify running. Broken. But only you. Okay, hold on. One more. Broken. I'm getting a good vibe on this. Don't worry. And I'm not just making it up. So I said, what's the outcome with this, potential outcome of this apology? The energy around it, lusting, which honestly not that bad because it could go either way. But like lusting, forbidding, non-committal, but sexual energy, and the passion's heavy between the two of you. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. It wasn't obsession, so that's good. But then I asked for more on lusting. And here's the thing, right? It could go either like hoping or running again. But also, because memories are still attached to that, I feel like it's more memories of running away from this. Running like away from that. Because broken, confirming running, it's like that broke them. And that's why they're hoping. And maybe it's that they see your depth, they see the depth of this connection, but maybe even with this apology, because you got to remember they are still finding confidence within themselves and sort of even grappling with why you would even want them. So maybe they only think that even with this apology that all there is that you would want them sexually, or maybe they think if they can start off sexually that it can turn into more. I'm not saying that's the best approach. I'm not saying that at all. But you got to remember, like, both of you deal with abandonment issues, right? And so sometimes it's like an abused puppy, right? Like takes what it can get. It's a bad analogy. Hold on. The burp I just let out, I swear. We're gonna get this one. They'll be back to the bottom of the deck, and then yes, right. So confirmations. Let's see. What's coming towards this connection in the next 3 months? I don't know why I got 3 months, but 3 months is what came. So that's what we're gonna go with. Challenges. That could be overcome. Challenges, commitment. Make a decision. Work on, what's that? Work on inner healing. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's what we said earlier, right? Like that's what we said, the cycle that's closing for you guys. So this isn't something that is going to be resolved this month, but it's like the energy of this is coming in this month. And we have gambling at the bottom of the deck here. And I take gambling within this deck more as taking a risk. That's what I've allocated it as, and I'm not just saying that for this one. You got challenges and commitment, so it's like there's the potential here for that, which we saw that even with hello, that almost fell. But challenges is the one that fell, and I was still holding commitment. I feel like that says something, but we got that here, right? It's like it's it's on the fringe. It's like it's you know, you're on the verge of getting there, but there are no confirmations that can happen just yet, because there are these challenges that you have to get through within yourself. These battles that you need to overcome. Learning how to take a risk in love and on yourself. As I say that, yes comes out. Literally. Water signs could be significant. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's get one more for that before I even say anything about it. Confirm that, please. So we have liar and health. Could also be that they were lying to you about something. Like, part of why they abandoned you had to do with their own health, mental health. I mean, you had emotional storm, you had confusion, clouded judgment, right? Like, we know that you both have a lot of like issues, that you both are very broken, right? Broken mirrors, reflecting your shattered parts back to each other, and honestly cutting each other with your shattered parts. So this could be like heavy mental health. I want one more for that, please. Moving. Before this happens, before this comes in, you could be moving. They could be moving, maybe moving closer to you, or even like away, right? This might turn into like a long distance thing. Let's see, one more. Earth sign significant, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then water sign actually did come out. But also what I'm getting here, and I don't normally get this with this, but also it could just be moving on from high intensity emotions, moving on from the challenges, right? Learning to get grounded, moving on from an ungrounded state with water sign and earth sign out, but also just both of those signs significant, all 6 of those, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But also a lot of feminine energy, because water and earth are very feminine energies. Vacations, you could be traveling, so you could be moving, you could be traveling. There could be health issues at play here. They could have lied about something. They could have lied about a lot of the challenges that they were facing, this inner turmoil that they were having. As I said that, my legs shot out and I started getting like, you clearly see me scratching the back of my back here, like the base of my spine on the right side. That's Guardian that wants to come out. And so, like, clearly this union is being watched over. And so right now, ooh, hold on. Okay, hold on. We're going to switch decks here. Because we just got move on and someone else. Closing the door, closing a chapter. I mean, maybe right now, because again, I said this is the energy that's coming in. And yes, there's commitment here. But even with this deck, you didn't get twin flames, you didn't get soulmates, you didn't, like, divine masculine, divine feminine didn't come out. Let's even see. Let's see. We're only gonna get a few because I wanna switch decks and see what this someone else is at. Nope, the energy won't even refresh. Literally, all of these except for elusive came out. Foundation, depth, obscurity, elusive. So, no. And then hopeless, pride, pain. Energy, I feel like they're sitting in. They still got some challenges to move through. And maybe they feel like it'd be better to move on. Or maybe they feel like you've already moved on. Intimacy at the bottom of the deck here. Maybe they feel like you've moved on with someone else. Being intimate with other people. Maybe you are. Maybe you're manifesting moving on at this time. because I just saw manifest. So maybe that's something that you are working on right now, right? Like this could be in the works in the background, and for you, you're just like more consciously focused on moving on or getting your bag. Queen of Pentacles. Just really quickly, the energy of this person connected to collective's heart space and the potential third party energy. I feel like that was like King of Cups wanted to come out, but King of Pentacles came out. We're actually gonna have to get that one because it's flipped over. What was that? Three of Cups wanted to come out, but upright. That's really good. Hold on, let me get that. Oh, okay. We're just gonna ignore that part. You won't believe it as I grabbed it. So we have King of Pentacles, we have the Hierophant reverse, we have the Emperor, and we have the Hangman. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So they are adapting. And you know what? It could be that this other person is helping them grow in a way that maybe they couldn't with you. That's not a dig on you. It's just that like different people bring out different lessons for you. We have a timing card at the bottom here, waning moon, gaining wisdom, new perspectives, have patience, reevaluate your plans 3 to 4 weeks. I feel like this is incoming, like this is the energy that they're coming into within the next 2 to 4 weeks. This is nothing to worry about. I don't feel, well, let's see, hold on. Before I even get into that, one last thing, Divine Spirit, how are you seeing this connection? Please and thank you. I really prefer to shuffle it this way. How are you seeing this connection, please, Divine Spirit? Okay. Usually, they're not this finicky. So, that in of itself, to me, is like, this is just going to go either or. It just depends. So, as Spirit, how they're seeing it, we got a timing card. Big changes to come, find your inner truth, catalyst for change, transformation, cosmic trigger. So Spirit views you guys as cosmic triggers. So you guys are meant to do something within each other's lives, but also they view you as dishonest with yourself, staying for the wrong reasons, faking happiness, and limbo. Which we spoke about that. So like, you know, Spirit's calling you out on that. Tower reversed. Disaster averted, resisting change. Resisting change is the thing that sticks out to me here. Resisting change and delaying the inevitable, which is why you both have this judgment coming over you, this world coming over you. And Hangman came out for this person, like both times. Knight of Wands, you know, but Knight of Wands can be, you know, charmer, rebellious, shameless flirt, over the top, but also passionate, sexy, which we know that. You guys have like crazy chemistry. We know that. And then Page of Wands. Lovable rogue, charismatic, creative, playful, childlike, free thinker. That's good. I mean, I feel like, you know, there's some potential for you guys to really, like, that's innate within you. And there's a potential for you guys to really... Confirmation. What the freak was that? There's the potential. That just hello reset. All you guys need to understand is that they're coming out as the King of Pentacles, Hierophant reversed, which this talks about like non-conformity, making your own rules. That is how I read the Hierophant upright, because Hierophant is connected to Taurus. But we will take it here. Challenging the status quo, thinking for yourself, unconventional lifestyle choices. So it could be that, you know, that they were grappling with this new way of being. Something about you, again, I did say age gap. Something about being with you challenges the status quo of how they've lived their life, which, I mean, it happens with counterparts. You shake up each other's lives, and it's really forcing them to come into their own. It's like they were stable, they were steady before this, but this still shook up their life, and they're needing to rise again. And they are, it looks like. They are. Hangman is upright. You know, their perspective's changing. Aha moment, awakening. Magician at the bottom of the deck here. Willpower, influence, a divine spirit. Anything else for the collective here? My goodness gracious. We're going to take that. Okay, I was about to get a little upset with you guys because I asked Spirit, like, you know, what's coming for you, how they're seeing you. But we got Justice, Page of Swords reverse, and Eight of Wands reverse. And at first, before Justice had flipped over, and it's upright, so that's good. I just saw Page of Swords reverse, which is very manipulative energy. And Eight of Wands reverse, like sitting in this manipulative energy, no for progression, no change, all of that sort of energy. But there's justice over this, so that's changing within you. So, you know, because there's justice is heavy, like cause and effect. What you put in, you get out energy. And that's really good. That is really, really good. Yeah, Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. You're adapting. Your things are balancing out for you. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective here? You already know what you're working on. Like, you already know what you're dealing with. And in the meantime, that was the... I'm not going to grab those because I know exactly what it was. That was the Sun reverse and the Empress reverse, and then Judgment. So we have Justice, Page of Swords reverse, Eight of Wands reverse, the Sun reversed, the Empress reversed, and Judgment. So again, a lot of, like, your own actions are being unveiled to you. You're being shown the internal changes that you need to make, right? As within, as without, as above, so below. That, right? Again, cause and effect, what you put in, you get out. You're understanding that now. Here with that Page of Swords, Eight of Wands energy. And the Sun reverse there, it's like, let go, have fun. You see this now. You understand what it is that you're working on. This is the energy that you're moving out of. So just trust that you're doing the work and let go and just have fun. Get out of this Empress reverse energy. Like, don't sit in that. You are not there anymore. That is your past. You need to understand that all this is your past. That was like the biggest thing at the beginning of the reading, right? A never ending story of self-criticism, forgiving yourself for how you've been, how you've shown up in relationships. So it's really important in the next couple months that you really, really double down on uprighting that Empress, sitting in your receptivity, sitting in your fertility, your abundance, believing in yourself, how magnetic, attractive, like just abundant you are, how of the earth that you are. Sit in your like Queen Venusian energy, because you're writing a new spiritual story for yourself, right? Like, you got Judgment and Justice over you. This is major changes, right? Like, so just understand that a lot of this is on you, but also understand that the divine has a hold on this. A lot of what I talk about, especially within the last few months of what's going on energetically, it's like, no, baby, these changes are happening. Come hell or high water, you're making these changes. A new spiritual story. Where was that Judgment card? A new spiritual story is being written for you. It's happening. What all you have control over is how you get there, how you feel about how you get there. And, you know, the energy that you take. It's the ones at the bottom of the deck here. Like, that's beautiful freaking energy. New passion for love and life, attraction, go for it, and igniting desire, aphrodisiac, engagement, chemistry, fertility. It's all there for you. All you got to do is just really, as we split to the wheel, as we split to the wheel reversed. Yeah, reversed. Challenges, external forces, upheaval, luck of the draw, karmic lessons, upend, turning point, big push, beyond your control. Understand what is beyond your control, baby, and just wash your hands of it and let it play out. You've done your part, and now all it is, nothing to it but for you to just see how this is meant to unfurl. Really, your only thing is keeping your spiritual energy up, really working on how it is that you view yourself. Really, really embodying that beautiful, beautiful Empress energy. And to be honest, it kind of seems like this person, the Emperor came out for them. They had King of Pentacles, Emperor. Not that this is a comparison, But it's like, before you go playing the blame game, it's already more possible for them to sit in that energy. What we're waiting on is for you to embody that energy, for you to see what we already see, which is that you are an empress, you are a queen, you are abundant, you are beautiful, you are magnetic, all of those things, right? For you to see that and then start believing in it, and that gets the ball rolling, because as soon as you believe it, it activates that within them, and then boom, right? That Ace of Wands energy. Anyway, I hope this helped. This was a long one. This was quite a long one. If you enjoyed this, let me know. I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I just got super awkward. Whatever. I love you so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye.